guys, it's Mai here. I hope you're doing fine. In this video, I want to talk about a K-drama called Itaewon Class. I'm sure that you already heard about it. It runs on Netflix and includes 16 episodes that are 60 to 70 minutes long on average. Before I go further, I want to announce that I will be surprisingly talking a lot about the plot and the characters, as well as many other incidents happening in the show. Usually, I'm okay with not talking so much, but this is worth all of the saliva. So if you haven't watched it yet, please stop watching this video now because I will spoil a lot. But please feel free to return once you also finish this K-drama, since I'm curious about what your thoughts will be. I clearly remember the day when I started Itaewon Class. It was a very grey and rainy Friday evening and I just finished my orders at home. Due to unknown circumstances, my mood didn't shine very bright that day, so I was thinking, okay, I'll just watch the show and I'm done with work anyway, so what can I lose? With this mindset of expecting another ordinary and predictable Korean drama that may have the potential to lighten up my grey mood, I entered the world of Itaewon Class. Oh boy, how could I be so wrong? How could I be so stupid? When I finished Itaewon Class, I felt like a fresh wind breezing through my mind. Never have I ever expected it to be so good. Guys, it's so good. The huge variety that this show brings to the audience reaches from cultural firepoint topics such as arrestment, being an ex-convict and starting a business without any qualification, covering up business-made dirt due to the employee's loyalty towards the firm, and in general the willingness of giant companies that are tangled in manipulations and scandals. As opposed to this, you see the importance of your own values and beliefs, why it's so necessary to give someone second chances, and most of it all, the meaning of friendship and how far you can come if you just stick tenaciously to your personal goal. The first episode starts with a scene with Cho Yi-so, another female main character later on, who is having some sort of a therapy session in which she's referring to a conversation that she had with Seo-Ri. Guys, let me tell you, the show did such an excellent job on conveying the right atmosphere, and it makes it so easy for the audience to pick up the show's general vibes and how things work in this world. Park Seo-Ri, the main character of Itaewon Class, is an extremely hardworking and focused young man who initially plans to attend police university. Even with his knee getting injured, he manages to pass through the physical tests, and so on his first day at his new school, he introduces himself to his new class. And here we come to the first key scene, in which Gun-won starts to bully a classmate. While everybody seems to notice about what's going on, nobody really gets ready to help or say something against the harassment. So Seo-Ri suddenly gets up and interferes first with a verbal warning, and then he hauls off and punches Gun-won so brutally in the face that he gets called to the principal in order to put things straight. While Chairman Yang, who is Gun-won's father, is willing to forget about the incident, he asks Seo-Ri to kneel to his son and apologize to him. But Seo-Ri refuses to do so because he wants to live his life where he sticks to his beliefs. And that is the moment where the entire plot starts to kick off rapidly. When I started watching the first episode, I went through an emotional roller coaster. I felt such a joy in the scenes when Seo-Ri and his father were eating and drinking soju together after Seo-Ri gets expelled, and when they were restoring the new restaurant that Seo-Ri's father dreamed about opening. The way he teaches his son drinking manners at the table truly reveals the strong and loving relationship between them. And for me, it was really easy to identify with the main character's feelings towards his dad because me and my dad have a similar and close relationship towards each other. So honestly guys, I burst into tears when I saw Seo-Ri's dad dying in a car accident when his motorcycle got hit by Gun-won. After another violent incident between Seo-Ri and Gun-won, Seo-Ri gets arrested. Several years later, he gets released from prison, and from the outside it might seem that he's a broken and uneducated ex-convict who doesn't know what to do with his life. Oh man, he does have a master plan, let me tell you that. He has a master plan that he has been working on for so many years ago. In Itaewon, a culturally dense and diverse area in Seoul, Sae-Ro-Ri opens up a pub called Tanbam. Beginning with a small staff by his side, he manages to gain more manpower for Tanbam, including Choi So, I'm sorry again, who is a clever Instagram influencer and also brings some marketing and managing expertise to the table. And as the story continues, the audience becomes a witness of how power relations slowly start to shift from one side to another. With a leading strong spirit and his sometimes unapologetic principles, Sae-Ro-Ri approaches his end boss goal, which is the destruction of Chairman Yang and, of course, his company, Chang'e. His sense for taking responsibility for his own decisions and his trust in his people surrounding him makes Sae-Ro-Ri become a very, very respectable boss and a straightforward human being. Okay guys, that was a pretty long as explanation of Itaewon Class, I'm sorry. But for me, Itaewon Class has become one of the most memorable shows I've ever seen. Even after finishing the last episode at night at 3 a.m., I had trouble with falling asleep right away because my mind was full of thoughts about it. The show addresses relevant topics such as racism, transgender, harassment, age gap, financial fraud, as well as mafia-like structures among company connections. On the other hand, it also deals with forgiveness, with love, with loyalty, responsibility, and the strong belief to achieve a goal once you made up your mind. So guys, what's my personal opinion and takeaway from Itaewon Class? I absolutely adore this show, guys. I love this show. I would recommend it without a doubt. As someone who watches K-drama every once in a while, Itaewon Class is a very refreshing breeze for me, not only because of those topics, but also due to the diversity of characters and the interesting storyline. Each character follows his personal driven reason and ultimately tries to achieve his goal with more or less success. My most favorite scenes were the ones when Sae-Ro-Ri slaps Gunwon in the face, or when Sae-Ro-Ri gives Hyuni a double salary so she can work twice as hard and improve her cooking skills instead of giving up. Or another scene when Jisoo gets threatened by that girl gang and she just slaps and punches her way through it. I think that was extremely epic and satisfying to watch, to be honest. I also really liked the sunny afternoon scene when Sae-Ro-Ri and Soa are spending time at the lake together and Sae-Ro-Ri tells her that she's very pretty. Or the scene during the staff playing Spin the Bottle when he admits that he has never kissed a girl before. In that moment, I heard my thought popping up like, oh, okay, so he's a virgin. Yeah. What else can I say? I also noticed that almost everyone is undergoing some character development. Of course, development never comes from staying in your comfort zone. To see how they move on and keep going was extremely motivational for me to see. I think that's something we all can learn from. So, to round it up, I think Itaewon Class is a very well-made and successful K-drama that urgently appeals to us to reconsider old conventional thinking patterns and to work on ourselves as human beings. Of course, it's just fictional, but the entire story is being portrayed very realistically, and so it's easy to incorporate the values to our personal lives. The entire cast, as well as the screenwriters and the whole production team, did such an outstanding and amazing job. I cannot emphasize that. Guys, in case somebody's listening to this who has worked on Itaewon Class, you are amazing. It's wonderful. And in case you didn't know, Itaewon Class is based on a webtoon by Gwangji. I'm sorry again. I'll put a link to it down below for you to read. In this sense, guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video and for listening to my dorky voice. I hope you had fun watching this video, and I really had fun drawing this portrait, and I can't wait to draw more inspiring people. In this sense, guys, have a beautiful and fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next Friday, because everybody knows Friday's Maiday. Okay, guys, thank you so much. See you next week. Bye bye.